Hi everybody, and welcome to the next recording for the short interviews for the IATiP community. So today I'm joined with Jamie Downs from the Marine Institute. So Jamie, would you like to introduce yourself and your background, please?
Yeah, I suppose I've kind of worked in a couple of different areas with regards to aquaculture. Kind of started off in aquariums, and then I got the opportunity to do a PhD focusing on amoebic gill disease with the Marine Institute. And then following this, began a couple of projects here in the Marine Institute looking at recirculation agriculture with regards to salmon, and this is the SALMSON smolt project. As well as that, we have looking at a number of other projects, including Hydrofish, which is based on feed ingredients, and also an InEVal project, which is looking at bioremediation of the seabed using sea cucumbers as well. Also have hand in many other things with regards to aquaculture, from fish health to sea lice as well.
Excellent, great. So should we start with the SALMSON project?
Yeah. So this is funded under Knowledge Gateway scheme through BIM, supported by BIM, and this is essentially looking at recirculation aquaculture to produce bigger, larger smolts. So I guess the global trend with aquaculture in Norway, Faroe Islands, is that they are trying to move some of their production onto land. This is for a number of reasons. I think in the likes of Faroes in Norway, it was due to lack of suitable sites and quantities of fresh water. And from this, they noticed increases in natural increases in the size of smolt that they were producing, and from this they were able to reduce the time the fish spent at sea. So we're looking at this from an Irish context, turning part of the hatchery we have here in Newport into recirculation and being able to compare it directly with the flow-through system we have here. So that's basically the basis of the project. I guess what they've seen from recirculation aquaculture is with the increased control of environmental parameters, you're essentially controlling everything that's going on with the salmon. You're able to grow them to larger sizes. In Faroe Islands, we've seen sizes from 300 grams up to 1,500 grams, and this is reducing the time they spend at sea to down below 12 months, reducing it from 18 months that we see here, to taking 6 months off production when they go to sea. So this is, addressing environmental issues, but from an industry point of view as well, it's also increasing the productivity of the marine sites, in that you are getting more stocks through the same site as possible. I think from an Irish context, it's unlikely that we're going to see a massive increase in production through the issuing of new licenses. So I think if we can increase production in the licenses that are already there by moving some of the production on land, I think we can we'll be able to see and observe the increase that the national plans are looking for from aquaculture. As well as that, I suppose, moving it on land to a controlled environment, you're also reducing the risk of disease outbreaks or phytoplankton. You reduce phytoplankton incidents by reducing the time that they're spending at sea. Some of the numbers that were seen in the Faroe Islands was, reducing mortality to down to 1% when they moved to sea. As well as that, you're able to produce, instead of seeing 2 peaks of smolt input, one in spring and one in autumn, you're able to get a more consistent production by introducing smolt when out to sea and to sites right throughout the year. So it flattens those two spikes, and we see a consistent production right the year through. I suppose the big issue with regards to recirculation agriculture for the Irish industry is that it's going to have to conform to organic standards. So that's one of the things that of interest within the project, is to have a look at this production system and to ensure that it fits organic standards. Currently, what the organic standard says is that recirculation is suitable up until and including smoltification. So that kind of covers quite a bit of it. But it's part of this project will be making sure that it is suitable for organic production, because that's one of the main concerns that industry have brought to us. So we've a number of kind of smaller projects that we're looking at with regards to smoltification and health of the fish around smoltification, that hopefully will be down the line, will be able to address any concerns with regards to that.
Okay, so just before we move on to Hydrofish, if we wrap up your insights into SALMSON, so at what point do you feel that this knowledge is going to be ready to transfer to farmers who are interested in maybe adopting the system?
Well, I guess we've just had our first input of fry into this system was in spring, and already we definitely didn't get it perfect, but already we've seen we've seen great results. We've 60% increase in growth rates in comparison to the flow through that we have. I think that we did batch weights 2 weeks ago, and our average within the RAS was 50 grams, and the average in the flow through was 35 grams. So there really is a significant difference between the two systems when it comes to growth rates. Now that'll have to transfer to the marine phase, obviously, but so far so good. But the technology is definitely there already. It's just bringing the experience within Ireland as well as being able to prove that this is suitable to the Irish industry. But I think from our experience so far, the technology is there and could be deployed in the next couple of years if it does conform to everything the Irish industry requires.
Excellent. And so, is there a website or somewhere where people can find out more information?
We don't have a website, but you're welcome to put my email out there. We were hoping to have an open day for the industry here, but COVID put an end to those things. But you can share my contact details, and anyone can give me a call or send me an email at any stage if they want to have a chat about the project or anything else that we're doing here. I suppose one of the good things about the facility here and having refurbished part of it is that it's a nice small contained project or facility, and that if anyone has equipment or wants to trial anything with regards to recirculation, it's an ideal facility for that, and we're more than happy to try and facilitate any other trials that people are doing, particularly if it can tie in nice and easily with the project. We're currently working with CSIRO in Australia. We're taking samples for a PhD student for them with regards to gill health in RAS and transfer to the marine. So being able to facilitate small little projects like that coming off this is what the facility is about as well. So it'd be great if anyone wants to get in contact with me. More than happy to help and have a chat.
That's great. Excellent. Thank you very much for that. So should we move on to the Hydrofish project then, please?
Sure, yeah. So Hydrofish is an Enterprise Ireland funded project, and we are working on this with NUIG, Chagas, and also Biomarine Ingredients Ireland. And this is basically looking at nutrition and functional foods. So Biomarine Ireland, they produce marine proteins, essentially whey proteins from kind of domestic sustainably sourced fish, and then produce essentially whey protein, and kind of this is being included in feeds, looking at nutraceuticals, and functional feeds. So the purpose of this project is we are running a number of feed trials, and where we include the marine proteins and the feed ingredients produced by Biomarine, and we're targeting in particular stress periods within the production cycle. So vaccination and smoltification and transfer to sea. So we're targeting specific periods, and feeding the fish the feeds, to help boost immune systems and growth during these particular difficult periods. So we just completed the first trial last spring, which ran from end of April, beginning of May, right up until the end of June. And so far with this, we saw some good results with growth, and the samples are with Chagas, and hopefully we'll see some results from those sometime in the new year, and we'll gear up for the second feed trial next spring.
Okay, so where do the raw materials come from?
So the raw materials are kind of some of the waste fish from processing that would normally go to low value, low value ingredients like pet food and things like that, and through the processing at Biomarine, they become high value products and high value proteins and feed ingredients. So it's domestic source sustainable resources, and this is the Biomarine source most of their fish from Killybegs, and so it's, as I say, it's locally sourced ingredients and fish, and kind of low value fish that are used for this, and they're broken down in the process to base ingredients that then become high value products.
Okay, so you said that the results of the trial will be out later this year?
Hopefully maybe later next year or early next year. We should see some preliminary results of the first trial, and what will happen then is from these results we will be adjusting obviously the feed ingredients and the feed makeup, and this will advise our second and third trials, and hopefully to refine the product and to refine the feed.
Okay, and I guess the ultimate aim, especially if it's Enterprise Ireland funded, is for it to be a commercial product at the end.
Yeah. So that would be the key, that it becomes a commercial product that Biomarine can commercialize, and start producing this particular nutraceutical and functional feed for the industry, not just in Ireland, but globally as well.
Excellent. Okay, and so the same question that I asked for SALMSON, is there a website, or is it that people should contact you if they want to find out more, please?
There will be a website. It's just we don't have it fully populated yet, but there will be a website in the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, if anyone has any questions, they're more than happy again to contact me, and I can pass them on to our partners in Biomarine, if they've more questions about the processing side of things and the fish, or Alex Wan in NUIG, who's doing most of the leading on this project. But yeah, they're more than welcome to contact me with regards to Hydrofish as well.
Great, thank you. And then finally, there was a project that you mentioned is just starting called InEVal.
Yeah, InEVal. So this is a European funded project, and we're working with Udaros and GMIT on this. And this is looking at sea cucumbers as a bioremediation for the seabed under salmon farms. And from this, we're then looking to also create value-added products from the sea cucumbers and sell them on the market as well. This is it's a very new project, so it's just getting up off the ground at the moment. But yeah, it's an interesting prospect, and again leads into the IMTA integrated multi-trophic aquaculture system that we have running in Lennapool in Carna. So it's an additional species that we may be able to grow with it within the system out there. I know Frank Kane has been on previously and has gone through what we have out there.
Excellent. Okay. And so when's that project meant to finish? I guess if it's just starting, it's some years away.
Yeah. So there's another three years in the project. So most of the work with regards to the work we're doing will be kind of starting next spring, where we hope to have structures in place to house the sea cucumbers, and then monitoring before and after the status of the seabed, and to see if they can do a job, and if the products then are marketable after.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Before we finish, is there anything else you want to add, or do you think that's it?
No, that's everything. As I say, if there's anyone that wants to chat further, you're more than welcome. I share my details and ask them to get in touch. More than willing to chat with regards to any potential projects or work or results that we have.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jamie.
All right. Thanks very much.